Hello everyone, Carson here back on Sudoku on New York Times. Today is August 30th, 2024. Let's start today's hard Sudoku. Alright, I see that these nines pointing right. These twos, they point up. These fours point down. Um, this six points up. Sorry, not a five. This six points up and this six points right. So in block 3, the digit 6 is forced into row 3, and then these sixes point left, and this cell also sees another 6. So in block 1, the digit 6 is forced into this cell, and then we got these sixes forcing the digit 6 into one of these two cells in block 4. Um, This one points down and this one points right. So in block 6, the digit 1 is forced into row 4, and then these ones force the digit 1 into one of these two cells in block 5. We got this one pointing left and this one pointing up. So in block 1, the digit 1 is forced into row 3, and then these ones force the digit 1 into one of these two cells in block 2. Okay, I see something, but I'm not sure if that really helps right now, but I'll point that out right now. In row 2, there are 4 open cells left. The missing digits are 1, 2, 7, and 8. This cell sees 1 and 2, so it can only contain either 7 or 8. These two cells see 8, and this cell sees 7, so it's 1, 2, and 1, 2, 7. This cell sees 1 and 7, so it can only contain either 2 or 8. I don't think that does anything immediately, but at least it's good to know. This 3 points down, and this 3 points right. So in block 9, the digit 3 is forced into row 7, and then these 3's points left. So in block 7, the digit 3 is forced into this cell. Hmm. Um, okay, this is kind of tricky. Because all the digits are like in a diagonal pattern and they don't really line up. So it's kind of difficult to spot uh, anything that are key at this moment, but I'll try my best. Alright. You know what? Instead of just sitting here and thinking about something until I see something, I'm just gonna fill in some rows or columns that might be slightly more restricted. So, for example, row 6. In row 6, the missing digits are 1, 3, 5, 6, and 7. So these two cells, C5 and 7, and this cell also sees 3. So it's 1, 3, 6, and 1, 6 for these two cells. 1, 3, 5, 6, 7. This cell sees 1, 6, and 7, so it can only contain either 3 or 5. This cell sees 1 and 6, so it's 1, 3, 7. Um, the missing digits of row 9 are 1, 5, 7, and 9. Oh, okay, so yeah, it's in row 9. In row 9, 1, 5, 7, and 9 are the missing digits. This cell sees 5 and 9, and this cell also sees 5 and 9. So only these two open cells are available for both 5 and 9 in this row. So these two cells form a 5-9 pair. Because in order to fit both 5 and 9 into row 9, these two digits have to go into these two cells, or in other words, these two cells are reserved for 5 and 9. So all other digits are eliminated from this 5-9 pair. That means the other two missing digits go into the other two cells, which are 1 and 7. So those are the missing digits which make up um, row 9. Yeah, okay. And also, because we have a 1-7 pair here, that means it's either 1-7, like this, or 7-1. No matter what, no other open cells in block 8 can contain 1 or 7, because they are here. 1 and 7 are down here. So this 1-7 pair eliminates 1s and 7s from all other open cells in block 8. Another thing to notice is that you can see that these 5s and 9s, they point down, right? So 2 of these 3 cells contain 5 and 9, and we already have one of them. So one of these 2 cells are gonna contain 5 or 9, but we don't know which one yet, so this is one thing to keep in mind. Um, hmm. Okay, I see something, but I don't know how it helps. In column 6, the digit 4 is missing, but it can only go into one of these two cells for this column because this cell sees 4, this cell sees 4, and this cell sees 4. And in column 1, 4 is still missing. This cell sees 4, these two cells see 4, and up here this cell also sees 4. So 4 is forced into one of these two cells for this column, but I don't know how these 4s help. I'm not sure. Um, and I don't know if that's a good thing to mark down, you know? Oh. Actually, I see something. Well, get rid of these fours first. Okay, so in block 2, ones go here, right? Because of these ones. So 1 is forced into one of these two cells in block 2. And because of these ones, the digit 1 is forced into one of these two cells in block 5, as I found out earlier. So, what this means is that whenever you see this kind of rectangular pattern, it indicates that no matter if one goes like this or the other way, all of these open cells in its path cannot contain 1. Because all of these open cells down here in columns 5 and 6 of block 8, here, they see 1 either like this or like this. So these are guaranteed to see the 1s because columns 5 and 6 already have 1. So this cell actually cannot contain 1. It must be a 7. Or another way to spot this is that in column 4, this cell sees 1, this cell sees 1, and this cell also sees 1. No matter if it's hidden or if it's given or already placed, it cannot contain a 1. So, in column 4, the digit 1 can only go into one of these 3 cells down here for this column. So if 1s are here, this cell cannot contain 1. So either way, you'll find out that this cell, you'll eliminate 1 from this cell because of this logic. So this must be a 7, and because these two cells form a pair, then the other one immediately becomes a 1. So, yeah. Just the thing is, I mean, the key spot is that this cell cannot contain 1. So it must be a 7. Okay, so after that, 7 in this cell is eliminated. These two cells then form a 1-2 pair for this row. Because this row is missing 1, 2, 7, 8, and these two cells C, 7 and 8. So these two cells form a 1-2 pair, which eliminates all 1s and 2s from other open cells in this row, which makes this an 8, because this cell also sees 7, and yeah, we're left with 1 and 2 for this row. Also notice that these 7s point up to force the digit 7 into this cell in block 2, leaving a 3-4 pair behind. Okay, now, after I place this 8, it makes things easier. Because 7, 8, and 1 point down, and these 3 digits are still missing from block 7. So actually, the other 3 open cells in block 7 form a 1-7-8 triple, because these 3 digits can only go into these 3 open cells, so they are reserved. These 3 open cells are reserved for these 3 digits, so I can eliminate the other missing digits, which are 5 and 9, so I can put them into the other 2 open cells here. This cell sees an 8. Okay, so this cell cannot contain a 5 anymore, because 5s are here, right? So this cell sees a hidden 5, which makes this a 3, because once again, the cell sees 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So indeed, this must be a 3, which then helps form a 1-6 pair in these two cells. Because in row 6, the missing digits are 1, 5, 6, and 7. And these two cells see 5 and 7. So only 1 and 6 can go into these two cells. So that means 1 and 6 have to be kept into these two cells, eliminating 1s and 6s from all other open cells in this row. So this cell cannot contain, well, 1 or 6. Well, wait. You know what? I'm not even gonna question it. But 1 and 6 here, so that means the other two cells contain 5 and 7. Wait, where was this? Okay, this was never a 7. Okay, so this must be a 5 and the other one is a 7. which eliminates 7 from these two cells, placing 7 here. And okay, because now 1s are here, in block 7, the digit 1 is forced into column 2, so 1 in this cell is eliminated. I can place the 1 into this cell in block 1. These 7s points right, and this cell sees another 7. So these two cells form a 1-7 pair, because both 1 and 7 can only go into one of these two cells in block 6, and they share the same two cells. So again, these two cells form a 1-7 pair and eliminate all other digits from these two cells, as any other pair would work. I mean, all the pairs we've seen in this puzzle. Okay, that means the other 3 open cells in block 6 contain the missing digits 3, 8, and 9. This cell sees 3, so it's 8 or 9. This cell sees 8, so it's 3 or 9. This cell's 3, 8, 9. Okay, in column 3, 3 is a missing digit, but these two cells see this 3. So in column 3, the digit 3 is forced into this cell, which makes this 4 and this a 3. The other missing digits of column 3 are 5 and 9, but this cell sees 5, so I can place these two digits like so. I also notice that the digit 6 in block 4 is now forced into this cell, and then 2 or 4 are the missing digits of block 4. The missing digits of block 1 are 2, 4, and 5. So this cell sees 4, it's 2, 5, this cell's 2, 4, 5, this cell's 2, 4, and it sees 5. Alright. Hmm. Okay. So this cell, I noticed that because this cell still have no markings in it. And I was thinking about what digits can go in the cell. Okay, so this cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So the only digit that can go in this cell is a 4. Is an 8, sorry, not a 4, is an 8. So 8 must go in this cell because no other digits can go in the cell. It sees every other digit apart from 8. It sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Only 8 can go in this cell, and we do not want empty cells in Sudoku whatsoever. So this must be an 8, because 8 is the only digit that can go in the cell. Alright, so, 8 in the cell is eliminated. 3, 4, and 9 are left in column 9. And this cell now sees 4 and 9. So this must be a 3, leaving a 4, 9 pairs down below in these two cells. Okay, 3 in this cell is now eliminated. I can force the digit 3 into this cell in block 9. These 3s force the digit 3 into this cell in block 5. All 3s are placed. And then the other missing digits of block 5 are 2, 4, and 8. This cell sees a 4. Okay, 3 in this cell is now eliminated. It makes this a 9 and this an 8. This cell can't be 8. Okay, I should mark 5s down here. Something's off. Okay, 9 in this cell is now eliminated. I can force the digit 9 into this cell in block 3, which then makes this a 5 and this a 2. This a 4, 2, 4, 2, 8, 4. Yeah, as long as you do all the markings correctly, you'll have no problem following them around. Um, but of course, the first condition is that you put down the markings correctly and with the correct logic. Okay, is now 2 and 6, like this. This cell is for 107 for this column. This cell now sees a 9, so I can complete row 9 like so. Column 7 is missing 1, 6, and 7. This cell sees 7, so it's 1, 6, 1, 6, 7. Okay, this cell now sees 2, so I can make this a 1 and 2. 1 and 6. This cell is a 4 to complete this column, which makes this 9 and 4. This 9 points left, so it's 5 and 9. The digit 5 in block 8 is forced into this cell. This cell is a 6 to complete this column, which makes this 1, 7, 1, 7, 6. And the Sudoku puzzle is complete. Alright, I finished today's New York Times Hard Sudoku in about 20.5 minutes. So yeah, I would say this puzzle is kind of tricky, honestly. It's a bit trickier than usual hard Sudokus on New York Times, because the given digits just they don't line up. They don't line up perfectly, so you'll have a more difficult time trying to find the pairs and triples and other key spots that are required for you to progress majorly. So I would say the key spots include, of course, the 1-7 pair and the 5-9 pair in row 9, the 5-9 pair and 1-7 pair in row 9. You must see this first before you spot how the 1s go into column 5 and 6, and you can then resolve the 1-7 pair down here. Yet the placement of 1s, how they limit and resolve the 1-7 pair. So that was a key spot. And then that helped resolve most of row 2. And after you place this 8, there was the 1-7-8 triple and 5-9 pair in block 7, which also affected row 6. So yeah. So from there, I think it was most of the tricky spots you have already found if you have made it to that point. So I would say most of the key spots are towards the beginning, and after you have the breakthrough, I think you're good to go. So yeah, apart from pairs and triples, this Sudoku puzzle still have a bit more mechanism, and of course, um, it's not that easy. So hopefully this video helped, and if you have other questions or difficulties, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I'll be glad to reply you. Today's August 30th, 2024. See you all in tomorrow's New York Times Hard Sudoku Solve. Bye!